Okay, so buyer 101-4, the consultation. You're talking about motivation, their top 5 must-haves, and about financing. So let's talk motivation. When you sit with people and you ask them, tell me what your goal is. What are your expectations and your goals? What are you trying to achieve? So you're not really just asking them directly, so what's your motivation here? See, because people don't think in terms of that. But when they start telling you, well, my goal is to get a house, okay, but why now? Why are you trying to get a house now? And that's where you'll start getting into their motivation. Well, my kids have started school, and I'm driving and 45 minutes each way. I'm an hour and a half in a car while their after-school activities are happening. I'm in a car while they're growing up, and I'm missing it. Okay, now we're getting the motivation, right? Or, look, I'm frustrated. I can't take it anymore. These landlords, I want to fire the landlord and own my own home. I'm tired of hiding the fact that I have 2 dogs. I want to paint the colors I like. Okay, great. So they're getting to the point where they're tired of being renters, right? Or maybe they just had a second or third kid and the house is a lot smaller than it was when they bought it. Well, the point is, you're starting to understand their motivation. And that's going to be really key, because at some point, every process of finding a good home and going through there's going to be some frustration involved. And you'll want to be able to hearken back and recall, kind of, hit that chorus of motivation, get the refrain going about why, it's worth it. Yeah. So, well, this house actually hits your point there about being so much, it's only 10 minutes from work. So it's going to allow you to be throwing a ball in the backyard or going to the school play instead of white-knuckle, teeth-grinding traffic. So this is going to really help you achieve your goal. Now see why motivation matters? But the way you really get to motivation is deeper than just, maybe you might have heard me tell this story before about the person who was saying they really wanted a big backyard. And they said, okay, well, what's important about a big backyard? Well, I like to garden. Oh, good, good. What's important about gardening to you? Well, my grandfather taught me to garden. And when I was just, 4 and 5 years old, my fondest memories were digging in the garden with my grandfather and learning how to grow tomatoes and cucumbers and the like. And, well, my daughter is expecting their second in the spring. And I want to be able to have the 3-year-old with me while she's trying to take care of the baby. Now we understand. That's real motivation, right? That's really important about a big backyard. But I had a client who was very much like that one I mentioned about, spending time in the car instead of with the kids. And, they were a bit of a challenge personality-wise and kind of hard to please. And I had to come back more than once and remind them of their motivation to purchase a new home closer to work so that they could be with their kids, so that he, in this case, could be with his kids instead of in the car. And, it helped me kind of hold his feet to the fire, or their feet to the fire a little bit, because I got a little nitpicky and a little hard to please. But in the end, it really was important. So understand their motivation. Ask the next question. Find out what's really the reason. And people, it can be a lot of different reasons, but people deep in their heart understand why they're going through this process of trying to buy a house, and it'll serve you well to help uncover that and discover that and be able to remind them of that when needed. Okay, go get them.